Committee of NF on political action come to order. Mr. Baker, I didn't talk to you beforehand. Would you do the blessing?
Yes.
Would you do the blessing?
Yes, I will. Father, we want to thank you for this day that you've given us, that we can come together and work on the business of the Cherokee people. We thank you for the rain that we've had, and we ask that you bless the meetings this afternoon. In Christ's name, amen.
Shelley, we don't officially have members for this committee since we're in a new term. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So those who are here signify they want to be members with the roll call, perhaps?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Shelley. Go ahead.
Jody Fishingcott. Chuck Hoskin Jr.
Here.
Bill England.
Here.
Jack Baker.
Here.
Joe Bird. Julia Coates. Meredith Fraley. Janelle Fulbright. Here. Don Barman. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Anna Gloria Jordan.
Present.
Lee Keener.
Here the wall.
Dick Blake. Curtis Snell. David Thornton. David Walkingstick. Kara Calvin Watts.
Honey.
We have 9 that wish to be a part of the subcommittee.
All right. Certainly others can join as they come to the meetings. We have before us a list provided by the administration, by Ginger Brown. Is Ginger in the audience? All right. And to get us into discussion, Councilman, did you have a motion?
Yes. I'd like to make a motion that we approve these with the addition of one person. That's Ernest Clark, who's a Cherokee citizen, who's running for the state senate from Shawnee. And there's no Democrat in the race, so it's important that we help him in the primary election.
How much?
$2,000.
And I second that.
Heartbreaking as it is that we did not field a Democrat in that race. Mr. Clark is a experienced educator, among other things. So all those in favor of the motion to get us in, oh, we were in the discussion, my apologies. Ms. Brown, do you want to take us down this list, or do you have any highlights you would like to make?
I'll be happy to. We have less money to operate on, so we're trying to be tighter on the contributions. We're not recommending any contribution at this time to anyone not having a race unless they are in a leadership position. We'll be bringing several additional recommendations forward at the next meeting, which we hopefully will get scheduled as soon as possible. For those individuals who contact us, who have a race, who is not an incumbent, we're asking for consideration for a contribution. We formulated a questionnaire, and we can send those questionnaires to them. Once received, we'll review those questionnaires and take those into consideration before the next meeting.
Thank you, Ginger. All right. Councilman England.
Thank you, Mr. Ginger, why would Seneca be limited to just $1,000?
That's what we started. That's what we started out with. Most of these are. We recommended Charles Wyrick. He's got a tough race. So does Earl Garrison, and Sherry Ellis, and we have others who have. That would be my only answer.
Anything else, Councilman England?
No, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
I was just looking at this other list.
Oh, sure. Gotcha. Councilman Count Watts?
Is there an objection to moving him to $2,000?
I can present it to administration.
So I'll make a motion to make Seneca Scott's $2,000.
I'll second that.
Motion is second. Wanted to see if we could get it as a friendly, but Madam Speaker's out of the door. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, we've upped Senator Scott to 2,000. Any further questions, Councilwoman Count Watts?
I would like to hear about some of the candidates and stuff, if we can talk briefly. I mean, it's obvious that we're balancing the PACs, which I appreciate. So tell me a little bit more about some of these folks. Some of them I'm very familiar with, and some I'm not. So.
Want me to go down the line? Senator Charles Wyrick, is a strong supporter of Native American issues. Of course, we all know he's from up District 1, Craig, Delaware, Ottawa counties. Lives in Fairland. He most recently serves as Assistant Minority Floor Leader among other committees. Senator Earl Garrison, we know him. He's been a Senate member since 2004. He's always been a strong supporter for Native American issues. He has an opponent, has a race this year. He's over in Muskogee and a piece of Wagner counties. He most recently serves on the Appropriations Subcommittee on Education. Jabbar Shoemake served as a representative in House District 73 since the 50th legislative session, and he would have been term limited in 2016. However, he saw an opportunity to run for the Senate seat, District 11, which is Osage and Tulsa County. He's always been a very strong supporter of ours in the Native American issues. He has a few opponents. He has served on the Common Ed and House Ethics and as vice chair in a couple of redistricting and education committees. He's a strong runner in his current race also. Mike Mazie votes with Native American issues in the majority of the time. He has an opponent. He's been in the Senate since 2004. And he serves in Tulsa County. Always remember him. He works on keeping Oklahomans in Oklahoma. He has served as the Finance Committee Chair. He's also served on the Education, Retirement Insurance, and Rules, and he has a strong opponent. Ryan Crane, he votes with Native American issues the majority of the time, and he has an opponent. He's a Senate member, been a Senate member since 2004. He serves in Senate District 39, Tulsa County. He's served in the Health, Human Services as chair. In other committees, he served on as Appropriations, Judiciary, and Retirement and Insurance. And he has a couple of opponents. Jerry Ellis is a strong supporter of Native American issues. He has an opponent. He's been in the Senate since 2008. He was a House member from 2003 through 2008. He serves Atoka, Choctaw, McCurtain, and Pushmataha counties in District 5. He's Assistant Democratic Floor Leader and has been since December 2011. Susan Paddock is Senate District 13 from Cole, Garvin, Hughes, and Pontotoc counties. She's been a strong Native American supporter. She has an opponent, and she has a very tough race. She serves on Appropriations, Education, Energy, and Transportation committees. Ryan Bingman is from Senate District 12, which is Creek and Okfuskee counties. He does not have a race, but he served in the House from 2004 through 2006. He's served in the Senate since then. He's a true leader. Previous to that, he was a mayor of Sepulveda for 12 years. He's a member of the Creek Nation. He is President Pro Tem, which, as you all know, is a voting member of all Senate committees. On the House side is William Forkiller, House District 86, Adair, Cherokee, Delaware counties. He's a solid voter for Native American issues, what short time that he's been in. He's a Cherokee citizen, has a race coming up in the general election. He served on the Administrative Rules and Government Oversight, A&B Public Health and Social Services, and Health and Human Services and Long-Term Care committees. Jerry Shoemake from House District 16, which is Muskogee, Okmulgee, and Wagner counties. He's a solid supporter and always been a friend in our Native American issues. He's a Cherokee citizen. He has a race coming up in the general election. He has 4 more years to serve in the House before his term limited in 2016. John Bennett is House District 2. He's from Sequoia County. Has proven to be a solid supporter for Native American issues. What short time he's been in there. He has a tough race coming up in the general election. Recently, he served on the Agriculture, Wildlife, and Environment Committee, the A&B Public Safety, and Veterans Military Affairs Committees. Wade Russillo, he's from Wagner County, House District 12. He's a very strong supporter of ours. He has a tough race coming up in the general election. He's Assistant Minority Floor Leader. He served on Conference Committee on Natural Resources, Conference Committee on Redistricting, General Government, House Ethics. He has 4 more years to serve in the House before he's term limited in 2016. Once again, he's a very strong supporter of our issues. Sky McNeil from House District 29, from Creek and Tulsa counties. She's a Creek Nation citizen. good supporter of Native American issues, has a tough race in the general election. She'll be term limited in 2018. She's the current majority whip. She served on various committees, including the Economic Development, Tourism, and Financial Services, and Human Services Committee. Of course, Seneca Scott, House District 72, Tulsa County. A Choctaw citizen, strong supporter of Native American issues. He has a race in the general election. T.W. Shannon, House District 62 from Comanche, in Comanche County. He's a Chickasaw citizen, good, strong supporter of Native American issues. He doesn't have a race, but he is the incoming Speaker of the House. He served as the Transportation Committee Chair, Conference Committee on General Government and Transportation Vice Chair. He's just overall a good leader. Energy and Utility Regulation Committee and Higher Education and Career Tech Committees. Finally, Weldon Watson, House District 79, which is Tulsa. He's term limited in 2018. He's the Majority Caucus Chair in the House. He supports Native American issues. He has a race coming up just shortly in the primary, which is June 26th. He served as Rules Vice Chair, Administrative Rules and Government Oversight, and some of the committees he served on were the Conference Committee on Government Modernization and Rules. Do you have any other questions?
Councilman Collins.
So on the sheet, it says 14 county area. That's really just state of Oklahoma, right, on both those?
That's my oversight. I should have taken that off. It should have said state of Oklahoma.
And is there just not a lot of opportunity in the Oklahoma City area to develop more friends there, or?
We're trying. We're trying every day. I know there are a lot of races going on there too, and specifically in a couple of races that I know we've looked at before.
Okay, so assuming the 2004 Seneca Scott is accepted, that would bring our total to 57,000. And was this authorized? The budget was it 100 or 150,000?
300,000.
300,000. So we would have the, I don't know if there's any administrative overhead or anything coming out.
That would be 3,000 addition, including Mr. Carr.
Oh, thank you, plus 2K. Okay, so 59, which would put us at 241, right, remaining?
Right.
Okay. Do we have a motion for overall approval?
We have one on the floor, yes.
Okay.
We also have some additional questions. Councilman Keener, did you have your, I had you down, did you, I thought you raised your hand. Okay, very good. Councilman Fulbright then.
Yes, John Bennett, 4,000. I'd like to see us raise that to 2,000. That's what we gave him last time, and he's been a strong supporter for us down in Sequoia County.
Okay.
Does the councilwoman make that in the form of a friendly amendment?
Yes, I will.
All right. Councilwoman Baker, Madam Speaker, all right, it is accepted. Thank you, Councilwoman. Anything further, Councilwoman? Okay, thank you. Very good. Councilman Garvin, do you have a question, sir?
Yeah, I was asked a question about District 2 in Sequoia County. Why was John Bennett chosen over Rick Agent?
He has proven to be, over the past short term that he has been a very supporter of
I don't know the answer.
any Native American issues that can come up, and constantly keeps in contact with us. But we can also send his opponent, Mr. Agent, would be happy to send him a questionnaire. If he requests it, we'll be happy to send him a questionnaire.
He has to request it.
If you're requesting it, I'll be happy to give it to him.
Yes.
I'd get an email address from him.
He's strong on education, and I'm not sure about the other guy. Like if we'd look at it pretty close.
Okay, we'll do so.
Anything further, Councilman Garvin?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Byrd?
Ginger, do we should have a way of knowing if these are tribal members or not, correct? Somehow could we note that?
I went through the list and I just talked to them about that,
Okay.
and,
Sorry, I just,
no, that's okay. Do you want me to go through that and tell you which ones are
No,
tribal?
we're good. I'll get with the speaker. I was just, there's a gentleman I don't see on here. Am I overlooking this? I don't see a guy named Mullins on here.
He would be on the federal piece, and the next,
He's a tribal member.
yes, he is. The next meeting that we have will definitely be looking at the federal piece of that.
Thank you, Chair.
Councilman. Any further questions from the body? I have one comment. When you're sending out these questionnaires, I assume you're asking about the tribal issues, sovereignty, water issues, things of
Yes.
that nature. You know, my constituents are concerned that the classroom sizes are getting bigger and the state legislature is holding them at a standstill. They're concerned that they did everything they could to cut taxes at the highest percentage for the highest income earners and have let the infrastructure crumble. That's what my folks are concerned about. So I hope that when we ask these folks questions, we ask them where they stand on that, because when we give a nickel to somebody who says we're going to cut taxes and we're going to somehow cut our way to prosperity and we're going to keep public schools flatlined or worse, that hurts my constituents. And I think that we need to be asking them about this. So I hope that in your questionnaire you can develop some questions that go to our investment in education and infrastructure, caring for the poorest among us, which is certainly important to my constituents, DHS funding, which is just at a crisis right now, and how we're going to cut taxes and get there is a mystery to me. It's never worked and it's never going to work because the math doesn't add up. So I hope that we ask these folks these questions.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilman Burke.
I totally agree with Mr. Chairman here. The questionnaire, who developed the questionnaire, Jimmy?
Several of us in administration
Okay.
got together on the questionnaire.
Madam Speaker, do you have a copy of that?
No, but we
No,
can,
we don't have, we can get it to you.
if you would provide us with those, a copy of the questionnaire, and we'll get it out to everybody.
And up maybe a list that reflects the final totals that we have here, and maybe an asterisk by the tribal members for us to
Sure.
be able to reference. I appreciate
We
that.
can do that.
Any further discussion?
The
Councilwoman
total,
Cowles?
the running total?
Yeah, the total
Okay.
we've got, yes. Any
And
further?
one more comment, just because they're a tribal member, if they're opposed to sovereignty, that doesn't mean we have to contribute.
Correct.
Or if they want to gut the public schools.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. All right, so we have a motion. It's been amended through friendlies and otherwise. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. All right, we will set our next meeting. Ms. Brown, we want to try to set a next meeting before the next council meeting. Is that your desire? Is that the administration's desire?
Yes, I think if we did that, we could get it processed before the primary election's the 26th. And I think we could get the paperwork processed.
Madam Speaker.
I would make a motion that we set it for 5 o'clock on the day of the tribal council meeting, June 11th.
I'll second.
Okay, very good. We have a motion and a second. That's just what I'll say. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, any announcements? All right, hearing none, entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. So moved, second by Councilman Byrd. All in favor say aye.
All right.
All opposed, same sign.
Sorry.